In ancient Jewish understanding, Eden functions like the first temple. Eden was not just a garden, but the original meeting place between heaven and earth, the first temple where God's presence dwelt. God walks with man in Eden. God dwells with Israel in the temple. The description of God walking in the garden, Genesis 3:8, uses a specific Hebrew verb form, hithpal, that is later used to describe God's presence in the tabernacle. Tree of life in the garden, menorah in the temple. In biblical theology, the menorah is essentially a stylized, golden representation of the tree of life, designed to signify that God's life-giving presence has returned to dwell among his people. The instructions given to Moses for the menorah, Exodus 25:31-40, are explicitly botanical, using terms that describe a living plant rather than a standard lampstand. Tree structure. It consists of a central shaft, trunk, with 6 branches, extending from its sides, totaling 7. Almond blossoms. The cups that held the oil were shaped like almond blossoms, complete with buds and flowers. The almond tree was significant because it is the first to wake up and bloom in the spring in Israel, symbolizing watchfulness and new life. 1 piece of gold. It was hammered from a single piece of pure gold, emphasizing the organic unity of a living tree. Cherubim guard Eden. Cherubim guard the ark. Like the later tabernacle and temple, the Garden of Eden was oriented toward the east, with its entrance guarded by cherubim. In biblical theology, the ark is often seen as a mini Eden. According to Hebrews 9:4, the ark contained 3 specific items that correspond to elements of Eden. The stone tablets, the 10 Commandments, representing the law of God. This mirrors the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which established God's moral boundaries in Eden. The jar of manna, the miraculous bread from heaven that sustained the Israelites. This parallels the tree of life, which provided life-sustaining food in the garden. Aaron's rod that budded, a staff that miraculously grew blossoms and almonds. This symbolizes God's chosen priesthood and the authority once held by Adam as the original priest-king of Eden. Adam's role was to guard and keep the garden. Genesis 2:15 uses 2 Hebrew verbs. Abad, to serve. Shamar, to guard. God places Adam in the garden to work, abad, and keep, shamar it. These 2 Hebrew verbs appear together almost exclusively elsewhere in the Bible to describe the duties of the Levitical priests who served in and guarded the tabernacle. So Adam functions as the first priest of creation. While the parallels are strong, Adam's role differed from the Israelite priesthood in one major way: sacrifice. Before the fall, there was no sin, so Adam did not need to offer blood sacrifices for atonement. His work was a direct, harmonious service of worship and mediation.